Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday's session. This is probably one of my favorite sessions, a gold mine of information. And if you're brand new, welcome. And in the chat, I went ahead and threw in the Google form, so feel free to click that link and begin to explore some of your choice board for today, as I'm explaining what this series is for any new folks joining. So with a gold mine of information, we have a choice board. And today, here's the choice board for today. And every single week, this choice board changes. And this session lasts 15 minutes. And so with that 15 minutes, you will vote on using this Google form your favorite session that you want to see me present for the 15 minutes. Sometimes we cover one topic, sometimes we cover 3 to 4, depending on the week. So go ahead and fill out that survey in the chat, and let's go ahead and look at which one of these choices is going to be our winner this week. And let's go ahead and look at which one. All right. Pulling up the responses. And this week we have waterfall, math, write about it, 4-icon story, on a scale, choice board, math, Desmos, using a slicer, trainer, Canva, WeVideo, Google Trainer, and annotations. So lots of weird choices to kind of pick from. And right now we're at a 5-way tie. And you can keep voting until we have a winner. And now we're at a 6-way tie. So make sure you go ahead and let's try to get one of these winners voted for so that we can take a deeper dive into what these resources look like. And after this session, I will share a Wakelet. The Wakelet will have a bunch of resources. There should be a link on the YouTube description that takes you to a Wakelet. And on this Wakelet, you can explore other resources as well. All right, so we did option 6. Let's go ahead and start there. And just a reminder, keep voting. Option 6, Desmos. So this was a resource I found. I believe one of my teachers created this, Jen Kirk. So shout out to Jen. She is amazing. And what she did is there's this card sort on Desmos. And so what she did is she took these cards that she had and she added them into Desmos. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Let me see if I can copy the link. Share activity. There we go. I'm going to throw this link right into the chat so that you're able to make a copy of it and review the activity with me. Okay, so on here, what she did is there's different screens. And let's go ahead and preview as a student. And you can see here that the kids have to take all these different cards and they have to match them with the correct equations. And they're grouping the 24 cards into 6 groups and 4 of them with the linear form. So you can just kind of see how I'm dragging them and then I'm kind of placing them together. And then there might be another one and the kids are just dragging these cards. And this is for math, and Desmos is a math website. But with this activity, I think you could create other things using this Desmos website. And so if I go here and I do copy and edit, I have to sign in and then I can copy and kind of take control of what Jen has already started for us. And so then I can go in and I can go in here and I can edit any of these different words that she created if I needed to. And then she had the kids, how did you decide? How did you decide which card grouped with this card. And then the students have to explain that, why they did that and how they decided that. So taking it to the next level. And then right here, this student grouped these two cards together. What title do you think she might give this group? So again, having the students kind of think about what are they doing and how can I make this a little deeper for some of those students that are ready for that. And this is what the behind the scenes looks like. So I've got my text card here. I've got all these different cards. And then I can, again, go in and just edit. So maybe with vocabulary, could you create a vocabulary game? She used Desmos to create the graphs within here. And then the kids would just sort them together. And then she did another slide for that question and another slide. So a great website to check out is that Desmos calculator and using the Desmos activities. There's so many different math activities with Desmos that you really do want to check those out. All right, let's see what's up next. Let me grab that Google form. I think it's hidden behind here. All right, it looks like we've got option 12. All right, so option 12, we've got annotations. So right here, we've got a Jam or Google slide, but I also made this into a Jamboard. And our students, they have these little symbols to help them with annotation. And so what I was thinking is the students or you could throw on the article right into this yellow area. And then the students can annotate using these different symbols to express their knowledge about the topic. So again, they put the article here. You could take a screenshot of it if it's a PDF, or you could just type it in. Sometimes it's better to type it in so that the kids are able to like highlight. They can also have it be read aloud. Sometimes there's issues when it's not read aloud, and I'm just putting the link in the chat. Just a reminder, all these links will also be thrown on a Wakelet though. And then here is the Jamboard version. That was hard to say. So again, I just took it and the students can write unknown words that they don't know off to the side. They can use these different symbols with using like the pen tool, and they can star anything that they might not know. And then they can add those different connections to their learning to help them with annotation and being really good at that kind of stuff. And I need to keep leaving these tabs open so they go on the Wakelet. All right, let's see what is next. All right, we've got some ties, so we need some people to vote. I'm going to throw in the link again into the chat. Okay. And let's see which one is winning. Hopefully we have a winner. We've got option 7. So with option 7, the slicer. Okay, so this was a new tool that Luis showed me. See if this loads. And this is used with Google Sheets. So I was using a filter, and with a filter, it changes the view for everyone. So if I filter the data from like A to Z, the next person that logs on also sees that filtered data, which can be kind of annoying if you're using different information. Let me see if I can find, here's the one. This one was from Bonnie and Luis that they did with the Global GEG Bootcamp. So I've got all this data in here. And typically, like I said, I would go to row 1, and then I would use this like filter looking symbol up here. Now, if I go into data, and then I click slicer, this slicer over here, just kind of, you can put it wherever you want. And then I can decide like, oh, I wanted to slice or filter by first name. And then I want it to do all the first names, or maybe I want to get rid of some of these first names, or maybe I don't want first names and I want to do it by the OWL test 1. And I want it to get rid of anybody that scored below 25. Okay, you can see my data filters. Now, if I share this with another teacher, it is not going to filter for them. It's only going to stay on for me. And then they could add their own slicer on if they wanted to. And then I can again go, oh, I need to see this score right here. Let's bring everything back. And then I can bring all of those different options back. So this little tool has become really handy, and I'm so thankful that Louise showed me how to use it, because it has helped me with like that filtering issue. So I'd like filter things and then I want to be able to see something. So I'm just really thankful that he did show me that, because people were like filtering over each other and it was becoming a hot mess. And again, you can just go in and you can create multiple filters or slicers. And so just data, let's see here. Let me start from here, data, slicer, and then I've got another slicer. And then I can add whatever I need to add for that column that I want my students to filter or slice by. So again, can be really, really easy and you just hit delete or backspace if you don't need it anymore. And then you can just use the filtering, or you could use the slicer. All right, I think we got time for one more quick trick or tip this week. So let's go ahead and see if we have another winner. We did option 7, 6, option 4, but it looks like there's a tie. Let's do option 4. All right, so option 4, on a scale. On a scales are one of my favorite things. And one of my teachers, she created this, Erin Muck. And I was like sending a ton of these because I'm so obsessed with these. And I got these ideas and photos off of Twitter, off of social media, the Global GEG staff room. I think we were all just trying to cope with COVID. And so this was one of the ways that we coped with COVID. And so what Erin did is she took all of these things that I was sending out to staff, and she kind of created them into their own little Google Sheets template. And so if you go into like check-ins and you click the sheep one, it's still working. There we go. You can make a copy of this. And then there are Google Forms of all these different honest scales. So on a scale of sheep, how are you feeling today? You can pick which number sheep how you're doing. And then you can put that if they need anything, additional comments. And I even had a teacher come up with an idea, like, do you need to speak with a teacher? Which teacher do you need a teacher check-in with? And it just really helped them connect with their students. That was Megan Fernie and Tammy's team. So they are amazing teachers, and it just kind of grew their classroom culture. And we did like some after the Super Bowl. You can connect these with your classroom. If you're learning about maybe George Washington, what George Washington are you feeling today? I've done this with my son so that I can make a connection with my teachers and kind of give them a different side of what they normally might not see. These ones right here are just the images. So these ones did not have like a Google form attached to them. They're just the quick images that you're able to see. So here's like the rubber ducky one. You could just pop this up and have a quick discussion about it. Or you could add it to a Google form and just replace the image. You don't have to recreate everything. So yeah, that is the on a scale with using those different check-ins. And we've got like 1 minute left. I'm trying to see if I can fit one more thing in. I was trying to find the Google form, but I might have closed out of it. All right, I'm going to just pick out my own wall just because we have about a minute, and I'm going to do the 4 icon story. So with the 4 icon story, this is from Georgina Dean, which was then adapted also from Shannon Moore, because they're both really amazing educators that share so many amazing resources, and it's amazing what they do. So what you do is you will use Google Images. So when you search Google Images, you're going to type like icon. So if I search here like heart icon, it's going to pop up these cute little images that I could use for my 4 icon story. If I did gold icon, there are just some other ideas of what I could use for my 4 icon story. And so then what the students do is after they search them, you can see here they search them, and they add them right onto their slide. So here is every student kind of gets a slide. This page takes them back to the home page, which is slide 2. Okay, this really helps giving every single student a table of contents with Google Slides. So you could just add the student's name and then they just click their slide. If you don't have a whole lot of time, just kind of tell them, hey, you're this slide, you're this slide, you're this slide, and then they can go. And so what the students will do is they pick 4 icons and then they're summarizing a chapter that they've read. They're summarizing something that they've learned. They're doing some type of activity, and then they're going to partner up, and the partner could guess and explain why they picked those icons. So they could be like, oh, that eye was in this part of the chapter. That heart represents finding common denominators, like they can really dig deep into why those kids pick those connections. And then the kids will retell their 4 icon story aloud. And again, you could do that with partners, Flipgrid, you can have them do a whole group. Totally up to you. All right, we're a minute over because that one was so exciting. Well, thank you guys so much for joining tonight. I will add all of these resources to the Wakelet. As soon as I end the broadcast, give me about 15 minutes to add these all onto the Wakelet, and then they will be added. They'll be on session 3 because we're on session 3. And make sure you join us next week, same time, same place. And make sure you share what you're learning or what you recreate on Twitter and tag Gold EDU LLC. And make sure you check out the Gold EDU website. And then also make sure you fill out the feedback form to get your certification of attendance for your school district if they need to know that you're attending PD. Or if you just want to leave feedback for me. Love that also. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for joining, and we will chat soon.